Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to turn your dash from this to this on the Tracer 900 using the ColorClusterz LCD flip. All right, so to start the installation, what we're going to need to do is remove the dash from the bike. To do this, what we're going to first need to do is access the screws behind the dash by removing the windscreen and some of the plastic casings covering up those screws. Next, we're going to have to remove these 4 Allen key screws to remove this top casing off. With the plastic cover removed, there are now 6 push pins we have to remove, 2 on this side, 1 in the middle right here, and 2 more on this side. With all the push pins removed, this piece can now just slide right off. Now all that's left is to remove the dash, and to do that there are 3 screws, 1 on each side here and 1 down here in the middle. I recommend removing the top 2 screws first because you can slightly bend this up and access the bottom screw. There we go, all screws are removed now, and all that is left is to undo the clip for the back of the dash. And there we go. Dash is removed and we can bring this back to the workbench. All right, so with the dash laid on a soft surface, all you have to do is go ahead and open it up. There are 8 screws surrounding the outer casing and then 2 screws right in the middle. And with the screws removed, the back casing opens right up. And we'll have to remove 3 more screws. This one here, and this one here. With those 3 screws removed, you can now lift off the LCD panel, put everything to the side, and go ahead and flip this right over. All right, so we're all set to remove the original material off the LCD screen. To do this, you're gonna need a few things. One is a heat gun or a blow dryer. The second is a X-Acto knife as well as a spare razor blade, and I'll explain why later. And the third is some alcohol or adhesive remover. Right now I'm just gonna be using hand sanitizer because I don't have any Goo Gone on me. But if I had some Goo Gone laying around, I'd probably go ahead and use that. But hand sanitizer does help and does do the trick. And with that, you're also gonna need a microfiber cloth. All right, so to start off, what we're gonna use is a heat gun, and what we're gonna do is just warm up the LCD screen a little bit to allow the adhesive that's on there to kind of soften up a little bit. You're just gonna wanna use low heat, or you could use a blow dryer as well. With the display warm to the touch, you're gonna wanna take your X-Acto knife and start peeling away the original material from the corner of the screen. Because we heated it up a little bit, the screen is going to come off pretty easy. When you start feeling the screen get a little bit colder, just go ahead and blast it with a little bit more heat. With the original layer now removed, there's going to be some adhesive left over in some of the corners. Overall, the screen is pretty clean, but we're going to hit it with the hand sanitizer as well as the rag and try and get some of that adhesive off the screen. The razor blade is now where you can kind of go in and scrape off any adhesive that you have left over as well. One tip is do not take this and pour it right on the screen directly. Pour it onto the face cloth or pour it onto the microfiber cloth and then start kind of brushing it around, just so you don't soak the dash in the hand sanitizer. So that got a lot of the adhesive off, but to really clean it up, we're gonna use the razor blade. As you guys can see here, I hope you guys can pick this up on camera, but right here is very clean and right here is kind of foggy, and that's where a little bit of the adhesive is left over. You're just gonna take a sharp razor blade and just start scraping the screen. These screens are super durable and you're not actually scratching the screen, you're just kind of getting that top surface off, which is just the adhesive remover. All right, so all the adhesive remover is now off that screen and is ready for the LCD flip. As you guys know, this dash has 2 LCD screens, so this one's completely done. And now the second screen is kind of up to you if you want to do it. The reason I say that is because it is a little bit more tedious. I'll show you guys how to do it in this video, but I'll throw up a picture now of just the main screen LCD flipped to kind of show you guys how it looks. But like I said, I'll show you guys how to do this other screen right now if you do want to kind of continue on and get the entire dash blacked out. So what you're going to want to do is end up flipping the dash over, take off the back plate, And try your best not to touch any of the electronics while you're doing this. But what you're gonna need is a small pair of needle nose pliers. And the reason for that is because there are two tabs. There's one right here and one right here that are holding in this black casing that you have to remove. So all you have to do is kind of take them and bend them outwards so that they would slide through the little slots. And then I recommend putting the back casing on so you're not really touching any of the electronics. Flipping it over, and now you can go ahead and remove this black casing. And there you go. And remember how I said the screen was delicate, and the reason is because it's actually connected by this little wire here. Unlike this one that's hard mounted to the actual display or the actual motherboard, this one's just connected by a little kind of cable wire that makes this a little bit harder to do. The easiest way I found is actually taking some duct tape, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna rip off a little piece. You're gonna take this duct tape and hold the display in place and actually duct tape the display to the side of the casing. You're gonna do it on this side as well as the other side. And there you go. Now it's secure into place, so when you're removing this material, it's gonna be a lot easier. But the process is pretty much the exact same. You're gonna take a little bit of heat as well as the razor blade, start from the corner and work your way out. And there you go. You're gonna do the same thing and just start cleaning the dash up. And there you go. Both screens are completely clean. I did notice on the smaller screen that you do not want to use a razor blade to kind of clear off anything like you did with this screen. This screen is a lot more durable and there was absolutely zero scratches afterwards. This screen scratches a lot easier, so I recommend not using a razor blade. I recommend just picking it up from the corner, peeling it off, and then just using a microfiber cloth to get all the adhesive off. But don't use a razor blade on this screen because you might end up scratching the screen because it's delicate. And in the package, you'll get two LCD screens. Obviously, one's for the left and one is for the right. On these screens, you're also going to notice that there's two stickers, a number 2 sticker and a number 1. The number 1 is the first one you're going to peel off because this reveals the adhesive side. And the number 2 is just a protective layer that you're going to peel off at the very end. Like I said, both of these screens are a little bit different. This one's hard mounted and a lot easier to work on. This one moves around a little bit, but with the duct tape that we have down here, it's not too bad. So really, I suggest doing this screen first, leaving the original material on this screen and seeing how this goes. If this goes smoothly, then you can go ahead and move over to the right-hand screen. All right, so we're gonna start with the left-hand screen first, and what you're gonna wanna do is just peel off the protective layer and stick it on just like a screen protector. What I like to do is just run my finger, lick your finger and just run it right down the middle, and then you can start from the middle and work all the air bubbles out. When you lick your finger, all it allows you to do is just kind of allow it to glide smoothly over the screen. And there we go, the first screen is on. Clean it up a bit and then we can peel off the protective layer number 2. With the left side done, what you're gonna do is just do the exact same process on the right-hand side. Peel off protective layer number 1 and apply it like a screen protector. Once all the air bubbles are out, you can just go ahead and peel off the protective layer. But yeah, now that you have the 2 screens done, you can go ahead and rebutton your dash and put it back together. All right, so before I button up the dash, I just want to show you guys one last thing, and that is the ColorCluster. So ColorClusterz offers a product called the ColorCluster, and what that does is it allows you to change the color of your dash to any color you choose. On the website, there's red, blue, green, yellow, and pretty much 8 different options that you can choose from. But they work with or without the LCD flip, and honestly, if you found the LCD flip to be a little bit too involved, it's a really good option to add some color to your dash. To install it is super simple. All you're gonna have to do is get your dash to this state, open it up, or if you're doing the LCD flip, just get it back to this state, and start by peeling off these 2 foam pieces right here. There's 1, and there's 2. This will allow the ColorClusterz to lay flat on the dash. All you have to do is take it, and it'll fit right in between the foam pieces. Now it's a little hard to see on camera, but it just fits in there really nicely, and you're gonna take one of these stickers that come in the pack, and just mount it right here. What this is going to do is just further secure the display or further secure the filter to the display in case you are running or riding around on some rougher terrain. Then all you have to do is go ahead and reinstall the dash like you would normally. And as you guys can see there, it's kind of hard to see in this lighting, but the red filter is attached. And I'll throw up a video of how it looks right now too. So here's a shot of the red filter with the LCD flip. As you guys can see in there, it just makes the background black like the LCD flip and adds a pop of color to the display. All right, so I got the bike back together and we're gonna go ahead and turn it on. As mentioned on the website, when you are in a darker lit condition or like a garage or something like that, the display is actually gonna show up blue. But when I bring it outside, I'll show you guys that in a second, it's gonna show black. So let's just go ahead and go turn it on. And there you go. As you guys can see, it's a little bit more blue in here just because we are in a garage. As well as that second screen does have kind of a two-tone effect on it. The inside is a little bit more darker, and then the outside borders there are a little bit lighter. This is just outlined on ColorCluster's website just because the second screen is completely different than the main screen, so they do show some different variations, but it's a very close match. And that's the nice thing about having these laser cut, is that you can get that precision and still get very nice results from it. All right, so I brought the display into the direct sunlight to kind of show you guys how it's going to look compared to the darker conditions. And as you guys can see, both screens are matching very nicely and they show off a lot more black than they do blue. Like I said earlier, in darker conditions, you're going to get that blue hue, as well as the secondary screens can be a little bit different. But here in the direct sunlight, both screens match very nicely and show that black background with the white lettering, which is going to give you that nice contrast that you're going to need to see these displays in the direct sunlight. All right, so there you go. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. And if you want to pick up a kit and you're watching this video, they are now live on the ColorClusterz website, so just head over there. And yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, just post them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Anyways, guys, hope you guys have a great day and see you guys in the next one. Bye.